Well, hello, my beautiful Virgos. So, my gorgeous ones, it's going to be a very different month than it has been. We have a very active sky. There's going to be 5 planets plus the sun and the moon changing signs. So, it's very different energy than it has been in a while. And then we have the North Node and the South Node changing signs as well. So, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including astrology, tarot, mediumship, all kinds of stuff to help you on your path. So, my gorgeous ones, before I begin, I want to let you know for the month of December, the most viewed video for the month of November. So, the November video that gets most viewed, whatever sign gets most viewed, like, shares. It doesn't have to be the most likes and shares, but I'll be looking at the likes and shares too. But the most viewed video gets for December a full astrology reading where I look at all the aspects and all the houses and we go day by day. And then you also get a full Celtic spread. I know a lot of you that have been with me before. I haven't done Celtic spreads in a long time. If you've never seen me do a Celtic spread, I just did Gemini because they had the most video last month. If you've never seen that, you want to go see that. I know a lot of people have been wanting that. So I will be doing that for the most viewed video. So be sure to view this video, share it, like it, get it out there so it can get most viewed. I know Virgos, you can do this. So, my gorgeous ones, let's talk about you. There's a lot of changes going on, but it's going to feel very different than it has been for you guys. So, right off the bat, November 1st, right off the bat, Venus is retrograde already. As soon as I finish my November videos, I will be doing the Venus retrograde series and the Pluto series, okay? And then I'm going to do a Jupiter series. So, and I'll tell you why, because Jupiter's changing signs. So Venus is retrograde. It is going to move on the 1st into Libra. This is in your 2nd house. So something having to do with the value, the money you earn, the way that you earn your money. Something's going to be adjusted, amended, revised. Venus is Libra's ruling planet. So it has to do with money. It has to do with love. It has to do with something beautiful, valuable. Something's going to be adjusted. And because there's so many aspects and things going on this month, I can't go too deep into all of it. So I'm going to go over it very quickly, but I'll try to explain it. So that's right off the bat, Venus moves into Libra in your 2nd house. But also on that day, if you look, Mercury is moving into your 4th house. So your 4th house has to do with your safety, your security, your comfort. So there is a message coming about your safety, your security, your comfort, maybe about family because it has to do with your home, your DNA. And so Mercury goes into Sagittarius, but I will say that Mercury moving into Sagittarius, Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign. So I can even see where it could be normally seen if somebody gives you a message and it may be bad. You may think it's bad, but it's not bad. Like, you'll even not see it bad. You'll see it as a good thing. So whatever this message is, it's going to be, and Mercury's going to be in here delivering messages. I think it has to do with this Jupiter, because Jupiter is going to leave this house and go into Sagittarius as well. And I feel like the message is something good of what's happened in this, for you guys, 3rd house. So Mercury goes into this house. It's an optimistic message, but I feel like it's more than one message. But on that day, look for a message, or look for some sort of way to process, or look for something like that, right? Then on the 6th, so we have Venus retrograde, and then on the 6th, we have the nodes. The North Node is going to move into Cancer, and the South Node is going to move into Capricorn. So with you, Virgo, this North Node is going to move in your 11th house, and the South Node is going to move into your 5th house. So for the next year and a half, and I'm going to do the North Node, South Node series of how they changed to this sign. But for the next year and a half, if you've been focused on creating your thing and maybe even a love affair, because that was your 5th house, if you have been focused on that, yeah, if you've been focused on creating something, or maybe a love affair, or maybe something having to do with your children, when these change signs, you're going to be more focused on your north node. It's going to take you a minute to be able to get to your south node. So, yeah, let me see if I can say that better. So you're going to be, because the north node is in your, yeah, so the north node is going to be in your 11th house, and the south node is going to be in your 5th house, right? So the north node is where you're going to be focused on for the next year and a half. Doesn't mean the south node's not going to come up either. It just means it's going to be harder to get to that south node. So things are going to happen where you're going to, because it's your 11th house, where it's bigger groups. It has to do with your 10th house. It's the house of gains. It's the maybe influential people coming to you. Whatever this is going to be sort of this focus of where your path is going, right? Because that's the north node, where you're going to expand that, where you're headed. And so I know we talked about Pluto and what you were sort of trying to understand with Pluto, and I feel like when the north node goes into the house, this is going to expand this group or network, or could be the internet, but I think it has to do with your 10th house. So there's something to be gained here. And then your 5th house is going to sort of take a backseat. You're going to have to work harder to get to your 5th house. Whatever you're trying to create, maybe even a love affair, maybe if you've been dating, you may find it harder to try to date because you're so focused on this bigger group, or you're so focused on this bigger thing, or maybe some influential people come into your life and you have to, like, there's more stuff to be gained. So whatever this is, that's the nodes. And then on the 7th, we have this new moon in Scorpio. So this new moon is going to be in your 3rd house. So this 3rd house is about administration. So there's new beginnings here. And again, I'll do my new moon, full moon video where I explain it some more. But there's going to be new beginnings in this house of administration, of communication, of media, of whatever this is. If you work in the media, if you work in administration, a lot of you may work in administration because you're Virgo. Or communication, or could have to do with your siblings and your neighbors, co-workers. So there's something new beginning in this house. But on that same day, you have Uranus is moving back into Aries. Okay, so Uranus moving into Aries is your 8th house. So your 8th house is other people's money. So there's other people's resources, or maybe if you have a partner and it's their money, there's a shift coming. So this 8th house, there's a shift coming on that same day with this new beginning, but the new beginning can start up to the first 2 weeks from the new moon, right? So it could be that you get this new beginning, and then something shifts with the way that you get other resources, or maybe maybe you find that with this new beginning, you're getting a raise, and your spouse is sort of getting maybe less hours, or maybe there's something needing to be adjusted so that you can get this raise. Maybe he's got to now take the children, or something's going to be changed here with others' resources. You know, Uranus likes to shock and awe, but they like to shock and awe. He likes to shock and awe so that he can liberate you, so that you can feel better. Maybe you've been doing too much. Maybe this other person, this partner, whether it's in love or business, needs to do more. Maybe that's what this shift is, right? All right, so that's on the 7th. Then on the 8th is when Jupiter moves into Sagittarius. So Jupiter moving into Sagittarius for the next year. That's Jupiter's, Sagittarius is Jupiter. Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius. So Jupiter works really, really well at Sagittarius. So it's very optimistic. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be much easier growth. It's going to be much easier growth, much easier expansion, Jupiter's the teacher. He's the guru. He's going to teach you. And he likes this sign. He likes this house. And you learn well in this house. You learn well with this sign. So where Jupiter had been in Scorpio and you were learning by trial and error, things going wrong, a big lesson, some tragedy, some of you, crisis, some of you. It's going to be very different in Sagittarius, okay? It's going to be more optimistic. It's going to be easier. The growth is going to be better. Not better. It's going to be easier. It's going to be well received. So this is going to be in your 4th house. So by the end, in a year, because Jupiter stays in this house for a year, you're going to be more safe, more secure, more comfortable. But if you look, Jupiter, as he leaves Scorpio, is going to gift you from what you've learned in Scorpio, the expansion in your 3rd house. So some of you could be getting that job or that position, or like a new relationship with your neighbor or friends or family or something. Jupiter is gifting you with something as he leaves Scorpio and moves into Sagittarius, and you have Mercury bringing messages. So that's coming on the 8th. Then on the 16th, Mars moves into Pisces, which is in your 7th house. So Mars moving into your 7th house means that there's some boundaries, there's some stuff going on there. Mars is going to behave very differently in Aquarius than he does in Pisces. Mars is me, Pisces is we. So Mars with also Neptune in there. There's going to be some adjustment in a relationship. There's some adjustment in a partnership, some adjustment in something having to do with relationships or partnerships, okay? So that's going on the 16th. Then on the 17th, we have Mercury going retrograde. So Mercury is going to go retrograde in your 4th house. There's going to be some adjustments, some processing, some in your 4th house of, you know, your safety, comfort, security, your happiness. There's going to be some messages coming where you need to revise, amend, adjust this, right? You have Jupiter in there now, but it's going to be optimistic. So it's not going to be like bad news. It's just going to be some adjustment, right? And it will be retrograde till December 7th, but you'll be in shadow till the 19th. So things won't complete until the 19th, but they'll look almost complete by the 7th. Then on the 19th, we have this grand water trine. So this grand water trine is going to be the north node in Cancer, which is in your 11th house, and then the sun in your 3rd house of Scorpio, and then Chiron in your 7th. So the sun wants to clear things up. The north node is trying to lead you into where you're wanting to go for your soul's path. And Chiron is that old wound. So whatever this is, though, this is a divinely guided gift being brought to you to help you feel better, to help you feel either fulfilled or happy. With it being in your 3rd house, there's some clarity coming. So maybe somebody's coming to help you because of this friendship, this network, this influential people that could come into your life with this north node. But with this old Chiron, it may be that you got to take some extra steps with the relationship to be able to get this done. But whatever this is to help you. This is to help you feel better. So that's on the 19th. Then on the 22nd, we have this full moon. Kind of depends, 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are in the world. So we have this full moon in Gemini, and that's going to be in your, if you look here, 12, 11, in your 10th house. So there is something that you're needing to see clearly or let go of in having to do with your life purpose or your career, or maybe even accolades of some sort. So there's something here that you're going to see what you hadn't seen before, because that's the full moon, and you're going to be able to let go of something so that fate and destiny can step in, because we've got this north node in here now. So that's on the 22nd. Then and again, I do my full moon, new moon videos. I'll go deeper into that on those videos. On the 24th or 25th, depending on where you are in the world, then we have Neptune going direct, right? So Neptune goes direct. Again, This is in your 7th house. So maybe you hadn't seen things clearly, and then when Neptune goes direct in your 7th house with Pisces, having to deal with Mars is me, Neptune's we, Pisces we, but I feel like there's this balance because they're talking together, and they're gonna when they conjunct or when they speak together, they're working together. So I feel like in the 7th house, you get this cleared up, whatever this is. Could be business, could be personal. It's this relationship that you have your boundaries down, or maybe you had too many boundaries down, and maybe you're backing it off a little. Whatever this is, you're going to, I feel like you'll get something from this to be able to move forward. So that's ending out, or maybe see it more clearly so that you can move forward together. So that's ending out the month. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I've already shuffled, but I'll shuffle one more time, and then I'll cut them. I feel like a lot of you are going to see a lot of the changes that you kind of know to be true, and a lot of you have grounded some stuff. So I feel like I've already said this with the Saturn and Pluto, that y'all are going to be like your lives are going to be changing 2019, 2020, and it's already started. Like November, December, it's already starting because even the energy is shifting. So, congratulations. All right, so one more. So let's see what's going on in November for you guys. So how is November for you? Yeah, you have the Ace of Cups, so you have new beginnings. This is felt on an emotional level. I love the Ace of Cups because this is something from your heart. This is something you've been wanting, and I feel like this has been guided to you because I'm seeing the moon phases, and I'm seeing this eye here. And so I feel like this is something you've prayed for, or you've meditated for, however your prayers go. Like I feel like you've been asking for this, and I feel like this is a beautiful start. And so it's so interesting that like the other signs are like depleted by November, but you guys are like, no, we got this, we're gonna get this. And so you get these new beginnings, and you're really taking this on, and I'm proud of you. So what's the advice in this situation? So I could be talking about your love, I could be talking about your money, I could be talking about your family, your friends. Depending on where your focus has been, this is what this new beginning is about with the Ace of Cups. So their advice is the 9 of Pentacles. I understand the 9 of Pentacles with this. When you get this new beginning, don't forget who you are. Don't delve so deep that you forget your identity, okay? Because some of you are going to be having new friends, influential people, new contracts, new things coming about for you. And you'll tend to be the healer, right? But you can't heal if you aren't balanced. The 9 of Pentacles is about being independent and working very hard, but enjoying themselves. And that's their advice, is enjoy yourself. Don't feel like you have to heal or fix everyone. With these new beginnings, keep your independence. Keep loving you as well as others, right? That's their advice. Then how do we end this out? So you have the 3 of Swords. So I feel at the end, and I feel like this isn't until some clarity comes about, but at the end there is some separation. For some of you, I don't feel like it's a breakup. Some of you, I do feel like it's a breakup. It's been needed. But for some of you, I feel like it's more, you're going out into the world more. You have more groups, more friends, more position, more something. Maybe you have to travel more. And so there's separation from a loved one. There's separation from loved ones. But I feel like it's because you're getting to this position where you're independent and you've worked, you're going to be reaping the benefits of what you've already worked for, right? You've worked really hard to get to this point, and I feel like the money's coming, the things are coming, the lifestyle's coming, that's coming. And so sometimes people aren't going where you're going. It's just that way. They don't, it's by choice. They don't resonate where you're going to be resonating. And so sometimes they have to like not be in your life, right? But for others, I do feel like it's more because I have to go work or I have to go do something because I'm more involved in the world now. And so, yeah, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I just feel like, you know, you're not going to feel really well in the beginning, but you'll adjust. You'll understand about this independence, this 9 of Pentacles with this new beginning. So, congratulations. Again, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. The most viewed video will get a full Celtic and a full astrology reading in December. I love you, love you, love you. Bye.